Hi, my name is Kevin Goodwin. Welcome to Exceedingly Above, where we help you to discover, to, to develop, and to deploy your purpose through kingdom leadership. Our goal is to show you new paths and new opportunities to help you to reach your destiny, to achieve your destiny. If this is of value to you, please hit the subscribe button and share it with your friends. Today, what we're going to be talking about is part one of the essentials for leadership. Again, essentials for leadership. If you did a study of great leaders through history, you're going to find these qualities ingrained in them, but also you're going to find these qualities ingrained in you. See, every person was born to lead, but you must become a leader. You were born to win, but winning is a process. See, just because an apple tree is inside of an apple seed doesn't mean that that apple tree will be manifested. And likewise, just because there's greatness inside of you doesn't mean that it isn't automatic that that greatness will be manifested. And so what we're going to do is we're going to walk through, this is going to be part one of two parts on essentials for great leader. So get your pen, let's get going. First of all, purpose. A leader has discovered his or her reason for living. And it's a purpose that removes some burden. It's a purpose that destroys a yoke. It's a purpose that solves a problem. This world will pay you very well if you can solve its problems. If you go into the scriptures and you go into the scriptures, I feel like I wanted to, Joseph solved the problem of a troublesome dream for Pharaoh. There was a great man, and he was David solved the problem of the writing of the wall. Daniel solved the problem of the writing of the wall. David solved the problem of a loudmouth giant. So what problems, let me ask you something. What problems are you solving? What problems are you uniquely designed to solve? As I said, the world will pay you well if you solve its problems. So number one is purpose. Once you've established your purpose, then you move to the next essential of great leaders, and that is vision. You see it. You see yourself accomplishing that thing. The singer sees himself on the stage. The entrepreneur sees himself running that business. He sees success. The writer sees himself writing. The fisherman sees himself fishing. Vision is very important, not only for the individual, but because you are a leader, people will come behind you and you need to paint them the picture. Paint them the picture of what it is that they see so they know how to come alongside of you and help you to manifest your purpose, and by doing so, manifest their purpose. So number one is purpose. What were you born? What were you wonderfully created to do? The second is vision. You see the vision. You see yourself doing that. Now, number three is passion. I mean, you know what it is that you're made for. You see yourself doing it. And now you have this clear sense, this almost uncontrollable energy to move toward your purpose in life. Excuse me. This emotion for the purpose of being alive. Now, passion is what you don't need an alarm clock. You wait, your passion wakes you up. Your purpose wakes you up. The vision wakes you up. You're not looking around looking at the clock all the time. Why? Because your passion energizes you. It becomes a consuming fire. And so now this is a very important part, because you understand a lot of people haven't found their purpose in life. A lot of people haven't seen themselves doing great and mighty things or vision. And a lot of people don't have the passion. So now certain people are going to come out of the woodwork. And these people are the haters. You can't do that. You're too old. You can't do that because you're too young. You can't do that because you're of the wrong sex. You can't do that because you don't have any money. You can't do that. And they will come at you and come at you and come at you. And that's very important for the next step, because the next step is conviction. A leader has a clear conviction about what he's doing. He stands, he understands that there's going to be trials. There's going to be challenges. They are going to fight you on every step of the way. And you understand that a leader must be convinced of what he or she is doing. Martin Luther King was convinced on the properness, the rightness of what he was doing. Harriet Tubman was convinced on the rightness of what she was doing. Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi, these people were absolutely convinced, even though there were obstacles ahead. They were absolutely convinced of the rightness of what they're doing. And you have to be convinced. No. I'm going to write this book. This business is going to be successful. I was born to be on that stage. You have to be convinced of it. And so that's step number 4. Now that you've understand your purpose and you understand your vision, you understand the passion, and you have a conviction about it, step number 5 for today's leader. Step number 5 is now you get after. Dedication. You dedicate yourself to accomplishing this. You set time aside for this. You set money aside for this. You set resources aside for this. You set energy aside for us. Because as I was saying earlier, just because the apple tree is inside the apple seed doesn't mean that it will be manifested. And you were born to do great things. But just because you were born to do great things, it isn't an automatic. So you must dedicate yourself to it. You must put in the time. You must put in the blood. You must put in the sweat. You must put in the money. You must do this. So number 5 is the dedication. You have found your purpose, and this is what they're going to do. People are going to tell you that you can't do this. So, excuse me, I got to go through my notes so I can stay on track. So you rise up earlier and you stay up late to make your business, your ministry, your calling, your purpose, your destination flourish. Let me ask you something. That dream, God didn't give it to me. So you have to sometimes be careful about what you share and how you share. Now, I understand this thing is going to overflow from you. I've got that. It's going to overflow from you, and it should overflow from you. But you have to stay dedicated. Now, the next step, you've gone through these steps. So before I go to the next one, I want to ask you the question: how dedicated are you to seeing your purpose? How much time? Really? How much time have you put in? How much money have you put in? How much of your sweat have you put in to manifesting your purpose? Number 5, dedication. Now, the next step, and this is really important here, because you can stay dedicated, you can see your vision, you can see your purpose, but step number 6 is today's leader is a person of compassion. He's a leader must be sympathetic sympathetic and have a concern for other people. And I'm going to be honest with you, this is one area that I really, really need to work on, because I can stay so focused that I can walk right by you and not even pay you any attention. I can be so focused on my becoming that I don't pay you any attention. And it's not on purpose. I'm just telling on myself, and I'm just keeping it real. There's been times when I've sat down and say, okay, come on, get to your point. What's your point? What's your point? What's your point? Because you're so focused. But a person, today's leader, has to be a person who is sympathetic with others and the concerns of others. They're able to be successful. You have to come alongside those who are less fortunate. So leaders must be willing to intercede on the behalf of others. Because you're going to have success. You're going to walk in success. But you have to be sympathetic to those who aren't walking in success, who aren't as far along as you are. Does this make sense? Okay, so here we've gone. We've gone through the first 6 steps. We've got 6 more, and this is where we're going to pick it up next time. Bye-bye.